Today out of nowhere I got a text from my girlfriend's friend basically saying hi, h_*TLER also had that kink. Goodbye. I tried to play it cool, but what followed were a bunch of their pictures Tota and a couple of comments. I felt mocked by some girl that I don't really even know, and my GF. This made me go pale. For context, I told my girlfriend about my pissing fetish. As it later came out, she shared that fetish with me. I was comfortable talking about it in her company, knowing I won't be judged. I have a lot of trust issues and I try to be careful about who I open up to. Now I feel used, like a fucking sex toy that just got an Amazon review. I have no idea what else does her friend know about me. My problem with that is she told her about my fetish, not hers. I get the urge to share her private life, but as much as I'm included in it, I didn't want other people to know about things that I personally could be insecure about, or something I do in great details. My girlfriend told me once the details will always be only for us, and I was really happy with that. How would she feel if my friend randomly messaged her, making remarks about how she pleases me? I never told my friends that I had sex with her, never described how she makes me feel good. What we are doing in our private time was really special to me. I feel nothing, my hands are shaking, I feel the urge to cry. I feel like I have been used. I lost my V card with her, something that I treated like a really special thing. Now I wonder if her friends know in good details what we've been doing in bed, how I've been making love to her. My first time suddenly lost all of its magic. I don't know if I'm special to her anymore, if she's satisfied with me now that she's describing our sex life to people that I don't even fucking know. I feel like she lied to me. Am I weird for feeling like that? TL. Doctor, my girlfriend is probably talking about our sex life in great details with her friends. Because of that I don't know how to feel about our relationship. I'm really sorry this happened to you. This is a pretty serious boundary violation, and you should probably dump her. Part of the fun of having a kink is being able to trust and be vulnerable with the people you share your kink with. It's pretty messed up that your GF just went ahead and broadcast it to her friends. I'd probably just tell her that sharing details about your sex life really violated your trust and made you feel betrayed, sad and angry, and because of that breach of trust you should part ways. In future, even though it should go without saying that you don't share all the details of your sex life with other people, make it clear to your partners that you value your privacy in this area of your life and don't want them sharing details about your intimate activities, and that you'll extend the same courtesy to them. Not because it would be your fault if they shared details after you didn't make that expectation clear, but because it makes very clear what a jerk they are if they share details after you specifically ask them not to. Yeah, that's not okay. You told her private things that should be kept between you two. She had no right to share it with someone else. Others had some wonderful advice about your situation, so I'm going to weigh in on another aspect that really bothers me. What kind of ASSH*LE F*CKED up text is that? Who does that? That is not funny, but stupid and just so freaking ignorant, insulting if not mobbing, immature as hell, shows an extreme lack of compassion. That friend is no friend and has some serious explaining to do, and then she can go right on and F*CK off back into the crevice she came from. I'm so angry on your behalf and very sorry. Your girlfriend definitely lied to you, and your feelings of being used are very valid. Ghost hugs from the other end of the world. I'm wondering how the friend got his number. Did the GF give it to them? Not okay. Ex-girlfriend. Problem solved. I hope you have good communication, because now is the time when you tell her how fucked up she was to do that, and how hurt you are. How much that hurt her trust for her. Maybe she doesn't even realize, but unless she's ready to apologize and change, then she's a bad person and not worth their time. Time to break up with her. She's too immature for any relationship, never mind a sexual on. I've been with my BF for 11 years, we were each other's firsts. I have never divulged information about my partner with anyone. I've discussed my own sexual issues with friends. I have pelvic floor dysfunction which can make sex painful to the point of being impossible, but have never discussed anything about my BF. I refuse to even hint at his p asterisk 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 size. Cause it's nobody's damn business. The only person who might need to know anything is my Jin. But even then that would just be regarding STDs, not kinks. Oversharing is a common violation of trust committed from immaturity by young people, particularly young women. She definitely messed up. You should let her know how much she's damaged the trust between you and how you expect better, and if it happens again, you're gone. That said, this doesn't necessarily mean she'll always be untrustworthy. She's an idiot because she's 18, but she'll probably grow out of it. You're also an idiot in some ways, possibly completely different ways than her. That's just a part of adolescence. Communicate your expectations and your anger effectively but not emotionally, and see if she can live up to the agreements underpinning your relationship. If not, get the hell out of Dodge. But also, you can just break up with her. This is a great violation, and if you cannot get over it, that is okay. You can try talking to her about it, but if you don't feel comfortable in the relationship anymore, it's okay to end it. Ask her for permission to tell all your guy friends about her fetish or fetishes. Observe closely for signs of self-awareness. Ask her for permission to tell all your guy friends about her fetish or fetishes. Don't ask. Just tell them. No coming back from this. She betrayed your trust and you will never be able to respect her the same again. All those things you shared with her are now public knowledge, and she even twisted it to seem like she wasn't as involved in it as you are. Disgusting behavior. Chalk this one up to experience and move on. There's nothing here but ashes and betrayal. I could live with her chatting about our sex life without too much of an issue. It's natural, but to share kinks and fetish info with other people and opening you up to mocking from her friends is horrendous. They are 18. They are kids and are learning how to be themselves. They are learning how to be with others. They are learning boundaries. They will make mistakes. The girl did here, and I'm sure the guy will too. Can we please stop telling people to break up over every single issue? I have also had this fetish for the last 25 years. Totally understand where you're coming from. Probably feels like the world is coming to an end. Oh, how I always felt it would be the end of me if anyone ever found out. This is not the case. During a night of heavy drinking it became extremely public information. There were some questions, but outside of that, nothing changed. Nobody really cares about other people's kinks, certainly not one as common as water sports. On to the real issue though, your partner divulged sensitive information personal to you. This is not okay, a breach of trust, and if the relationship is to continue, will be difficult to move past. Even if the relationship is over, I still encourage you to have a conversation. You're going to want to collect your feelings, write them down, and then relay them as calmly as you can. They need to be made to understand why what they did was hurtful. I would tell her exactly this: she fucked up, broke your trust, and you feel violated. She should be apologetic and offer to make change. If she refuses, I think you know what you are dealing with. Maybe she is just young and dumb about relationships. Your private life is supposed to remain private. It's a good bet that her friends know everything. You're not weird for feeling betrayed and violated. She broke her word to you. This would be a deal breaker for me. First off, for the friend to be this comfortable with even bringing it up to you says a lot. I'm so sorry you feel violated like this. I got secondhand embarrassment just reading you go through that. I hope your girlfriend learns privacy. Honestly, in some ways Op should be thankful for the B /****ch. Now he knows how horribly misplaced his trust was. He needs to just tell her they are done and go completely NC with her or her friends. And when they keep pestering him, tell her that if she doesn't stop, then he will tell them everything else that was happening behind their doors. I would not encourage or have relations with someone who doesn't respect consent, boundaries and privacy. Curb any activity that you don't want publicly known until you reach an agreed understanding. Basically, sex requires both partners to consent. So if you do not consent to be discussed, then it isn't consensual and a form of relationship abuse. Only stick to what is mutually agreed, or do not act on terms or conditions that aren't fully consented to by both partners. I would abstain until you get a solid agreement. If she cannot stick to that, be friends only and don't interact intimately. If she has boundary and abuse issues and doesn't respect your consent, break up with her. You don't trust her, understandably, and need to move on. Unfortunately, some people are too immature to realize how damaging this is to a relationship. As a girl, my friends and I have had so many discussions on a lot of our previous sex experiences. We go into a lot of depth and explained everything in intense details, but the one unspoken rule is we don't discuss sex with our current partners. It's just straight disrespectful. The only times we discuss it is if there's an issue, and even then it's only if it's from our side, i.e. utis or how to do a specific thing etc. I've been with my current partner for 1 year, and other than talking to my friends about my favorite positions, I haven't discussed him or anything about him in any other detail. Sorry for the tangent, but I just wanted to give you some hope that not all girls are like this. And your GF disrespected you big time and her friends seemed like dicks. Honestly, trust is a really big part of a relationship, and once that starts cracking, your relationship is virtual over. But it can be resolved with communication. You deserve someone more open, understanding and mature. When I first had sex I got excited and would share everything. But so did my man at the time. Now that I'm older I cringe so badly. However, we talked about boundaries and we were both okay being open. She should have asked first. I'm sorry you're going through this. Honestly, if she doesn't stop I'd leave. Is there anything wrong with sharing details, as long as the person you're telling wants to know? Edit. I'm asking the person I responded to about her relationship, and her BF and her agreed they could share the info. It's not the same as ops situation. I hope you have good communication, because now is the time when you tell her how fucked up she was to do that, and how hurt you are. How much that hurt your trust for her. Maybe she doesn't even realize, but unless she's ready to apologize and change, then she's a bad person and not worth your time. Yeah, unfortunately a lot of people do that these days, especially younger people. Edit. It's still wrong. First of all, I have the same kink as you. Don't feel bad about it. Yes, some people will judge, but just be yourself. Secondly, unfortunately sometimes people do discuss more than they should. I'm sorry that this hurts. Sex can be very special and intimate. Don't let this one bad experience scar you for life. Better than not great details. IDK why you get so much trashy advice, but I want to tell you that your feelings are valid, and I would 100% feel the same. Have a sincere and honest conversation with her and figure out if you two get on the same page, and if she reacts appropriate and mature. Tell her how your feelings got hurt. Think about what you want right now. Continue the relationship. Think about if you can trust her again, and if it is worth giving her another chance. Also, what kind of fucked up comment did her friend make? Comparing your kink to one of the most evil people that has ever existed. What went wrong with her history education like that? So wrong in so many ways. To put it into context, I am from Germany and such comments are just off. At the end I'm not sure that it would be healthy for you to stay in there. She lost your trust. There's no way you will be able to talk to her about everything. And that's one of the most important thing in a relationship. Being able to share everything you want to, not only on the sexual aspect, but in your everyday life. You will always hesitate before telling her things or hiding things from her. There's no use to it. You are young. Failed relationships, that happens. You will end up finding someone good, but for this one, no. And for the fact that you lost your V card with her, I'm so sorry to hear about how you feel about it. That first time was an experience. Yes, it was share, but first you have to consider it from your standpoint. How did you feel? Those are the memories you should keep. If it wasn't that special for her, then it. What's the most important here is you. If you liked it, if it was good, if it was fun, is the only thing you have to try to remember. The problem of others shouldn't meddle with your feeling of the whole experience. I'm sorry this happened. I talk to my friends for advice, but I don't go into gory details, and I certainly only tell my closest confidants. Seems her friends and herself need to seriously grow up. It's a huge violation of trust, not to mention you feeling ridiculed in the process. Point is, when I do bring things up, there's a purpose behind it. One for educating myself or my friend, but I keep it as matter of fact, because it's a private and intimate thing. It seems she's feeding gossip, which has no place in a relationship. It's absolutely understandable to feel your trust was violated, and it was, especially because she had said she'd keep things between you. It would be completely acceptable to walk away now, if you want to. If you do want to make it work with this woman, you need to have a serious conversation with her about the boundaries of what she can and cannot discuss with others. Tell her again that you would never give those details to your friends, and you expect her not to as well. Tell her explicitly that it's over if this happens again. If she's appropriately apologetic, you can try to move forward, but if she downplays it and says it's not a big deal / everyone does it, leave. You deserve to be treated with respect. I'd break up with someone over this, and I don't say that lightly. This is a betrayal of the utmost. XGF. I'm probably going to regret this, but what the hell is a pissing fetish? I see you don't get around the internet much. Welcome to women. Don't generalize. Talk to her. Girls, especially when young, do talk about their sex lives with friends. She may not have meant any disrespect, aside from sharing your private kink, and it does not mean you're not special. But what her friend did, it's very clearly not okay, and it's your GF's responsibility sharing such info with someone who would do that. It's her duck up, and she needs to make it up to you. However, kink info needs to be kept private, unless consent is given. It's a huge F*** up, especially not sharing hers. It's normal to feel that way, but don't personalize it. Kinks are fine, nothing to feel shamed of. Either she's immature and was getting off on a friendship high, or something is off here. If your GF doesn't have your back, then leave her. Talk to her about what? They had explicit boundaries and she broke them. Yeah, that's not okay. You told her private things that should be kept between you two. She had no right to share it with someone else. I'm very open with my best friend about personal things regarding my relationship, but only personal things from my side. But I would never share something personal my partner had told me. That completely breaks the trust, tbh. Tell her friend she has a pissing fetish, then dump her. Why are you censoring Hitler, you dork? She purposefully broke your trust. She's a stupid b******, and you should share details of her private life as well. Don't tolerate that disrespect.